How's it going, people? Slabby here, and this is your patch notes video and a few other things. A couple of things I missed over the past couple of weeks since my PC decided to kill itself. So yeah, a few things to talk about. You have the patch notes from the 4th of February. There's a fair amount of them, and yeah, not a massive amount there. But on top of that, you do have the combat beta that's been going on, and they have changed a few things. There's a nice bit of information here saying what has actually been fixed, changed and added, that kind of stuff. So we'll go over that for a little bit as well. And the demon drop table as well, but yeah, I can't really cover it because I can't even remember what these things used to drop. But honestly, from what I can remember, this does seem to be a bit of a better drop table. Because I seem to remember there being like chaos and airs and stuff being dropped by abyssals. And they've all gone now, so yeah. Guess we'll have to go up to Abyssal sometime. I'll do a little kill spree and see what happens. Anyway, let's get back into it. On to the patch notes, people. Yes, unfortunately this is going to be incredibly boring, but yeah, patch notes need to be done. Hotfixes, tormented demons once again drop dragon claws in pairs. They've also fixed the Kiln and Barbecue clan Citadel skill plots. Graphics wise, tiered Slayer helms now show the correct colour on chat heads. Exquisite longswords now display on the correct side when sheathed. Sergeant Slimetoes is now in the correct green armour. Flossie Dalkson's house no longer has flickering fish. Moving on to skills then. A right click option has been added to THOC to show the completion state of the various dungeoneering hard mode floors. The gathering role on the Ring of Kinship now includes divination. The Make X interface will now display the correct number of potions a player can actually create. Enriched sparkling springs no longer appear in the walled off golden tree area. And the camera shake at the end of the Bork fight has been restored. Quest fixes though. A camera issue within Diamond of the Rough has been fixed. The Elite Task reward listing for Falador now states the amended rewards following the Giant Maul rework. Miscellaneous wise, clans with tier 6 or 7 kilns will now find they can more easily access the plot, as the conveyor belt block in the middle has been removed. The top left skill plot in the clan Citadel can now be teleported to regardless of Citadel layout. Stat boosts are no longer reset when leveling up. The butterfly that is part of Guthix's Blessing ability will now follow players through shortcuts within the Giant Maul's lair, allowing the healing effect to actually carry on. An issue where text would stop appearing in the chat box has been fixed. It's now possible to drop items from the imagery via the action bar by simply holding down the key. An issue where using a hotkey would not activate deflect magic and deflect melee from the action bar has been resolved. The bank healing effect has been removed from Armadale's tower as there's no actual bank there anymore. Using a keepsake pickaxe override will now correctly overrides mining animations. A hint window now directs players to the polls interface if a new poll has been started since they last logged on. The coin's value in the hero interface is now visible on one line when passing the 1 bill mark. A typo in the clan Quartermaster's dialogue has been fixed. When stackable objects such as knives, darts and throwing axe are used with a dragon keepsake key, only one is used rather than an entire stack. The title of the chat box displayed when attempting to drop pets on a free world is now more readable. Audio no longer incorrectly loops when you fall from the broken bridge during the Temple of Ikov quest. Additional checks have been added to various Slayer masks to ensure the cannons cannot be taken within the Chaos tunnels. Force walk properties have been removed from a few tiles outside of Lumbridge Cowpen. Gatebones now correctly refers to Bandos as the Big High War God. And players using the Harvey Bug Lantern will no longer run within melee range to use magical range attacks. Good times. Moving on to your ninja fixes though. It's now possible to lend items for up to 72 hours instead of 24. The player tanking the bombs during the Virago boss fight now has a chance of actually earning drops. An equipped brown apron is no longer required to enter the crafting guild, good times. A deposit box has also been added to the crafting guild, even better times. If you've completed Faldor hard task, that is. Right click options for enter building mode and enter friend's house have been added to the player owned house portals. The aggro range of tribesmen near the divination colony on Karamja has been reduced, allowing for safer training. The cooldown for adrenaline pots have been added to the debuff bar. The granite mace now has stats befitting a level 55 weapon instead of a level 41. The drink option has been removed from the Juju Hunter and cooking pots. The dig option has been added to all relevant clue scrolls, allowing you to use your spade from the tool belt about fucking time. The pottery, crafting and spinning animations have been smoothed out. Resting animations have been tweaked to match the player's stance when entering or exiting the resting poses. The player imports flavor messages have been added to the game's spam filter. DKs now respawn more quickly. The Salve Army now actually gives you a decent bonus against undead. 200ml XP achievements will now be broadcast across all the worlds. Gloaters. And Faldor Shield prayer restore function can no longer be used with full prayer points. All in all, I guess it's kind of like the same old. There's not a massive amount of like new things or really important things being fixed, I guess. Although the one thing that is worth noting is the fact that you no longer need an apron to go into the crafting guild. Which, yeah, is kind of nice. No one ever goes in the crafting guild anyway. But the fact they've added a deposit box within the crafting guild, within the crafting guild, if you've completed the fairly hard tasks, is actually pretty damn good. Because in there you can get all your silver, gold, and your clay pretty easily. And if there's a deposit box there, then you really don't need to run very far. All in all, quite happy. I might have to go check that out. Moving on to the combat beta though. It's been a while since the combat beta has actually been released, and as you probably already know, they've added weapon skills, some abilities, and revolution, change momentum, that kind of thing. So they've just patched it, well I say just, a couple of days ago, last week sometime, and they've updated a few things and added a couple more. There's actually a thread within the forums on the combat beta section, and you can find every single bit of information in there if you want it. But just to cover what they did, they've improved Revolution's visual feedback so it shows more clearly which slots are being used and which abilities are triggered. We've also improved the visual feedback for queuing, so it now uses a smaller spinning wheel rather than a pulsing light. The special attack button now has its own customizable keybind, about time. A new prototype combat setting menu has been introduced, available in the powers interface or through the cog icon on the action bar. This will allow you to switch combat modes between manual, revolution, momentum. These are no longer abilities in the Constitution book. The toggle ability queuing, you can now toggle ability queuing on or off, and also being able to select combat XP gained. Moving on to the other features they've added though, there's a new action bar ability setups for two-handed or dual wielding and your weapon and shield combos, and they'll automatically be selected when you pick the setup option from the cog icon on your action bar. They've also brought special attacks for a bunch of new weapons. This includes the Abyssal Whip, Abyssal Vine Whip, Zami Spear, Saradomin's Sword, Vesta's Longsword, Stadius Warhammer, Rune Claws, the Dragon Pickaxe, the Dragon Hatchet, Granite Maul, and the Zami, Sara and Guthix bows. And last but not least, they've also fixed a few things. Combo attacks should no longer be interrupted by Revolution. Revolution will now kick in even if you miss your attacks. Teleport spells should work once again, and recolored and lucky weapon special attacks should now work. They've also got a new graphics mode, OpenGLX, which we'd like you to try out before release. So there we go. It's the same way you change between OpenGL and DirectX. You just go to the graphics settings, go to custom, and then you can choose it from there. So yeah, other than that, well, that's pretty much it. Only other thing to talk about, I guess, is the demon drop table. Now, all of the demons have been changed slightly, so that includes stuff like the imps, the lessers, the greaters, the blacks, abyssals, that kind of stuff. And apparently all of the drop tables have been amended slightly to basically turn them into less crap. Now, as you can see, I am looking on the RS wiki because, well, there's loads of information on here, and why not? This is for the abyssal demons. So charm wise, it seems to be about the same as before if I remember rightly, although it has been a while since I've even bothered looking. They do have the new Abyssal Wand and Orb, which I will be going to get myself pretty damn soon. Apparently has a 1 in 1000 chance of dropping. So yeah, might take a little while. Armors and stuff wise, they drop rune chains and rune helms. I don't remember if they used to drop other things. I'm pretty sure they used to drop stuff like hatchets. Like addy hatchets, steel hatchets. Or was it black? They used to drop crap weapons and armors, I remember that. So yeah, the fact that they've all gone is actually pretty nice, let's be honest. Rune wise, I do remember them dropping A's and Chaos and crap like that. Now it's just Bloods and Laws, so yeah, I gotta agree, that's actually a pretty nice one. Bloods are always welcome, I do like my Ancients. Resource wise, they still drop the Pure Essence, good times. They also drop Magic Logs, Fire Orbs, Addy Ore and Rune Ore, which I don't actually remember if they used to. I know they used to drop Pure Essence. Mage Logs, I don't think so, although I never really go to stab them, so I'm sure one of you lot who used to stab these quite a lot can tell me. And then the random miscellaneous crap is exactly what you'd expect. Just Alien Keys, your Ferocious Rings if you're in Curadel's Dungeon, some Sharks, and some cash. And I'm pretty sure they used to drop lobbies. So now that they drop Sharks, it's actually kind of nice. It does come handy now and then when you need food, especially if you're like me and you never take food anyway. But yeah, that's pretty good. And of course you've got the stupid little, I don't know, treasure hunter now, wouldn't it? That's what it's called. Ah, you've got key tokens for treasure hunter still. And because it's Valentine's, which I kind of forgot to mention. Yes, by the way, treasure hunter Valentine's thingy. So they've added the same thing every year. They're kind of doing something similar to before, where you have like the good reward and then the evil reward, I guess is the easiest way to put it. In a nutshell, on the 14th of February, which is 2 days, you can get love notes on the treasure hunter spin thingy, spin to win, I don't know what to call it. Squeal of Fortune, I'll just stick to that, it's easier. And you can also get them by stabbing stuff in the face or by skilling and leveling stuff up. And same as before with, I think it was little heart chocolates or something like that, it was last year. You gather up a load of them, you can right click them in your inventory at any time and you go into like a mini shop, I guess is the best way to put it. And in the shop you'll have 6 items. One is a loved up emote, one is a down to earth emote, one is a staff of adoration, one is a spear of despite, one's a crown of hearts, and the other is a crown of misery. So yeah, you get the idea, good and bad, happy, unhappy, whichever. And these things will have a love note cost. All you've got to do is collect up these love notes. You can just right click them when they're in your inventory, they'll open up the shop, and then you can pick whichever one you want to get. Simple as that. Additionally, you'll also be able to purchase delicious chocolates in 6 different flavours. Each one will give you a temporary level boost to one of 6 skills. That is Divination, Agility, Herblore, Woodcutting, Firemaking and Smithing. So you do have that as an option as well if you don't want the items. And honestly, that is actually kind of handy, especially if you don't have the Herblore level. Perhaps that would be handy there. Other than that, I can't see much reason you'd actually want to use it on anything else. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much it. Oh, and another thing, Hati and Skoll, they're going to be leaving pretty soon actually. I think it's on the 16th, yeah, on the 16th. So 2 days time, Hati and Skoll will be out of here, so if you haven't got your XP boost yet, I would probably go up there and go and get it. Because, well, it's a large chunk of XP. It doesn't even matter which one you get, it's a large chunk of XP from both. I would recommend jumping up there and getting it before it disappears. Other than that, good times. So I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, no, I forgot one more thing. You've also got the combat level calculation poll. This is going to be added today, it should be in-game. Same when you look at polls the way you normally do, it'll be in there. And this one is asking whether or not you prefer to keep the current level 200 combat or go back to the 138 combat. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking it'll be an overwhelming yes to the 138. Because, well, it was harder to get, and it was kind of nice to have. And everyone's probably used to it. Unless you've joined recently, then you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Either way, that poll is being added, I would recommend jumping on there and voting for it. Have your say, son. This will be going on until the 28th of February, and then it'll be disappearing, so make sure you vote before then. You have 2 weeks, people. Get it done. Get it done. Last thing to talk about is the Game Blast event, and this will be happening from the 21st and the 23rd. If you don't know what the Game Blast event is, in a nutshell, it's a charity thing, and the idea is over the weekend they'll be doing a 24-hour stream on the official Jagex Twitch channel. So yeah, if you want to have a little gander at that on the 21st, I think it starts early in the morning, I can't remember to be honest. Go over to Twitch, go onto the RuneScape channel, and go ahead and watch that. It'll be going on throughout the entire weekend apparently. On top of that, that is not the only thing, peoples. This weekend, no, on the 21st to the 23rd, same time this stream is going on, you will also have double XP. It's a double XP weekend, people, and we haven't seen one of these in goddamn ages. So yeah, it's not that far away. Next week, I think it is. So there we go. Other than that, that is pretty much everything I've missed over the past week or so. So now, I'm pretty sure you have all been informed. I am going to try stabbing these abyssal demons in the face, because I really do want one of these wands and orbs. It'd be kind of nice, plus I can check out the drop tables, and maybe if I don't lose the amount of actual abyssals I kill, I'll give you a little drop table. I don't know if that's actually going to work, because, well, I don't really pay much attention, I just stab stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Either way, hopefully I'll have an abyssal wand. So until next time, people, I will catch you all later. Have a good one.